I will call the Board of Supervisors organizational meeting for January 9th, 2024 to order. This meeting has one purpose, and primarily, and that is the New Year agenda that is before each and every member of the board and those that are joining us from the public. In our regular meetings, we do allow matters presented by the public, but this is not an agenda item for tonight's meeting. Having said that, our first item of consideration tonight is agenda item number 4. And if the board so desires, I will accept a motion that we allow the county administrator to chair the meeting until we have the election of a chairman and vice chairman.
So moved.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? It is 6-0, Jennifer. Mr. Wagner.
Thank you. In a moment, I'll open the floor to nominations for chairperson for the Board of Supervisors. Nominations do not require a second in accordance with Mr. Robert's Rules of Orders, and you can nominate more than one individual. At this time, I'll open the floor for nominations for chairperson.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we re-elect Jim Adams as chairman of the Henry County Board of Supervisors.
I have a nomination for Jim Adams. Are the other nominations? Are there any other nominations for chairperson? Are there any other nominations for chairperson? Hearing none, I move that the nominations be closed, and we'll entertain a motion to affirm the nomination in the election of Jim Adams as chair.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we elect Jim Adams as chairman of the board.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. So at this time, I'll open the floor for nominations for vice chairperson. Do I have any nominations?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we nominate Joe Bryant for vice chairman.
We have a nomination for Joe Bryant. Do we have any other nominations for the position of vice chairperson? Are there any other nominations for vice chairperson? Hearing none, I'll close the nominations and entertain a motion to affirm Joe Bryant as vice chairman by acclamation.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we elect Joe Bryant vice chairman of the board.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Motion carries. I'll turn it back over to you, Chairman Adams.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wagner. Before we continue, thank you, board members, for your trust in me, and I hope I live up to your expectations. And obviously, communication is a key to any board, and I try to do it from my end of it with calling people, try to make sure we understand things, and never let it be a one-way street. I feel like that you can call me for anything. I feel like that going into 2024, that we are as well equipped as an entire board as we have been for a long time, and we've had good boards. Our 2 new members have dug in as far as the learning part of it, asking a lot of questions, going through an orientation, and just not being unfamiliar because they've attended multiple meetings upon multiple meetings of the board last year. And so to me, that equips you to hit the floor running. And I know that you all are excited about it. The rest of the board is excited to have new perspectives on things that maybe we haven't looked at. Mr. Bryant, would you like to offer any comment?
Well, again, I'd like to thank everybody for supporting me as vice chair. Like Jim, I think we've had an excellent year in 2023. We've did a lot of great things. I look forward to 2024. As Jim said, as Mr. Chairman said, we have 2 new members now on the board. And I do believe that both of them are highly qualified. I believe both of them has did their homework and eager to get to work for the county. I look for great things to happen in 2024. And as Mr. Chairman has said, I'm also available anytime that you need to call me. You have my number. You can call me day or night. If anything at all that I can do, for you, just call me, let me know. I consider myself as a supervisor for the Collinsville district, but also as Henry County also. I serve the greater area also, so don't hesitate to call me if you need me.
Thank you. With that, that takes us to agenda item number 6, the setting of the regular board meeting dates for 2024. The board has had an opportunity to review those dates as part of your working papers prior to this meeting. Mr. Wagner, do you have any comment before we accept any action on this?
I do not. The meeting dates meets what has been used in the past for meeting dates, the 4th Tuesday of each month, with the exception of the December meeting, which goes to the 3rd Tuesday of each month.
Okay. With that, what is the desire of the board as far as action of adopting the regular board meeting dates for 2024?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the meeting dates for 2024 as presented.
We have a motion by Mr. Pruitt,
Second.
second by Dr. Cobbler. Is there any discussion? All in favor? It is 6-0, Jennifer. That takes us to the adoption of the board's 2024 bylaws. And again, as part of your working papers, you've had the background on that. There's, and I'll get Mr. Wagner to note verbally what the changes are. There are just a couple of strike-throughs, one being date and one being dollar amount. Mr. Wagner.
Thank you. Staff is recommending 2 minor changes. Of course, the date coincides with 2024. The other item is in section 2.4 under motions and voting. We're recommending to change the appropriation exceeding amount from $25,000 to $50,000 solely for the purpose to match up the appropriations resolution. And this still says, the Code of Virginia says appropriations over $20,000 must come before this board for approval. What this is basically saying, you could approve up to $50,000 without a majority of all board members. So for example, if only 5 of you attended a meeting, you could still approve appropriations up to $50,000 with a 3-2 vote. Whereas it currently reads anything over $20,000 requires at least 4 of you to vote to pass it.
Okay. As part of your working papers, again, you've had an opportunity to review. What is the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that the board approve the bylaws for 2024.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? It is 6-0, Jennifer. Agenda item number 8, a consideration of the fiscal year 2024-2025 budget calendar. Mr. Wagner.
You have before you a proposed calendar as provided by staff. Staff has already been working on the 24-25 budget. County managers and county departments are already beginning to input data into our financial software with requests, and we'll begin vetting those requests as they come in. Some important dates that we propose to you is the first one being February 27th. It's a joint meeting with the school board, and I have confirmed this with the school superintendent. This is a suitable date for them to meet. It is your regular meeting date, so this would be in between the 3 p.m. and the 6 p.m. session, and we would likely meet on the 3rd floor. They have a little more room to accommodate all of us. And then, of course, by law, the school system must submit a budget to the county administrator prior to April 1st. I'm confident they will not wait until April 1st to submit that to us. Otherwise, I will not have a budget available for you on April 2nd. But our goal is to have that available to present to you on April 2nd at 5 p.m. We typically hold that meeting on the 4th floor. And then as well, a follow-up work session on April 4th. And that would allow us adequate time to advertise for the public hearings required for budgets. By law, school budget must be approved by May 1st, and otherwise, all the other dates is at your discretion. And if you see a need for any additional work sessions, staff stands ready to make those happen. And these follows what we have done in the past as far as scheduling.
All right. With that, what action would the board desire to take in regard to the consideration of the budget calendar?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the 2024-25 budget calendar.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? It is 6-0, Jennifer. Agenda item number 9, a consideration of a date for the board's annual planning session. Mr. Wagner.
The board in the past was desired to have an annual meeting to get an update on kind of the financial situation of the county, review some of the goals that were set from last year and see what milestones we've achieved on those, as well as discuss opportunities for the upcoming year and what priorities you'd like to see in the upcoming budget. Staff can be very flexible on this date. I know, Mr. Chairman, you and I have had some discussions about either the first week or second week of February as a date. So I would suggest this year perhaps we have the meeting either at the Public Safety Building, or the sheriff has also offered the Adult Detention Center. But I would say at this point, location to be determined. We'll make sure we get that back to you once you set a date.
Again, is there a suggested desired date or dates that that staff has?
Let me get back to my calendar. So we suggested anything the first week of February. Following a trend of Tuesday meetings, Tuesday, February 6th is a great day, but we could make the 5th, 6th, 8th, or 9th work if that's your desire, or even any other date. In the past, we've generally started the meetings around 3:30 and tried to wrap them up by 7:30.
Okay, so that would be a commitment of starting around 3:30 and hopefully to wrap up around 7. Let's see if we can draw a consensus on a date before we throw a motion out there. What works for everyone in that first week?
February 6th on a Tuesday?
Or what does not work, maybe?
February 6th on a Tuesday, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
That's okay with me.
That's fine with me.
Does the 6th work?
6 is good.
At 3:30? Okay, I'll accept a motion to that fact.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that the board convene on Tuesday, February 6th at 3:30 for the planning session.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? It's 6-0. Jennifer?
And we'll make sure you're very aware of the location once we nail that down.
That takes us to agenda item number 10. If someone will cite the 2 items that will allow us to go into closed meeting under the statutes of Virginia Freedom of Information Act, that will serve as a motion.
Make a motion that we go into closed session on 2.2-3711A7 for discussion of pending legal matters, and 2.2-3711A11 for discussion of a special award.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor? It's 6-0, Jennifer. And we're gonna, so we can spread out just a little bit. We've done this downstairs in the past, but we'll go up on the 4th floor so that we're not interrupted I know that we still have voting type activity going on today and some other things. So as you can make your way up there, we'll see you upstairs momentarily. On a motion by Mr. Bryant and second by Ms. Buchanan. Mr. Powell, will you poll the board, please?
Yes, sir. 1 business, to the best of your knowledge, only public business matters were lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements under Code of Virginia, Section 2.2-3711 were heard, discussed, or considered in closed meeting. How do you vote, Mr. Adams?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bryant?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Buchanan?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dillard?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pruitt?
Yes, sir.
And Dr. Cobb?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pruitt, I believe that you have a motion for the board's consideration.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I move the board advertise a public hearing to consider approving a solar facility siting agreement between Henry County and Shifting Sand Solar LLC and hold the public hearing January 23rd of 2024.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? It is 6-0, whoever is recording for Jennifer. And with that, Mr. Wagner, do you have any items that we should consider prior to adjournment? Board members, do you have any items? I will accept a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor? 6-0. Everyone have a great evening, and please be careful out there. Darkness and water do not mix.
Right.